Hello and herzlich willkommen, this is Vivesco Active Living. My name is Martina and today I'll take you through a lunge matrix. So all it is today is taking your normal lunges that you've probably seen somewhere along in your lifetime and take it into different directions. Just playing a little bit with our movement bubble 360 degree around us that we have to explore. So what we sometimes do is start on one side and then literally just move our way around from the right leg into the left leg and so on. There is not really regressions, progressions to this. You can always add jumps anywhere to make it a bit more cardio intensive. You could put a longer hold time into the lunge to have a little bit more time in contraction phase. But again, with that kind of stuff, it comes down to what you're trying to achieve, so it's not for this video purpose as such. If you want any help or more insight with that, please get in touch and I'm more than happy to help. For now, it's literally just taking you through how this works. So we would start with a backward stepping lunge, straight backwards, dropping the knee down, keeping this nice and straight positioned here. We don't want to be over here in a deep knee bend. We want to try and take a little bit of pressure off that front leg, sit ourselves back so we've got a nice straight angle there. From that back lunge, same leg. We come back into center, now step back on a more diagonal angle, lunge down here. The trail foot stays connected and stays flat. We keep a long, tall spine. Come back to center, going into a side lunge. Again, the trail leg doesn't move. Left leg for me at the moment stays exactly where it is. In your side lunge, however, you may find yourself a little bit more forward bend into that knee, and that's completely fine. Sitting back here is possible, but not really good movement because you're just kind of hinging through the hip and you're compressing through your diaphragm and everything. So for your side lunge, you will be more in your knee. Keep your spine long, and it'll train your knee, it'll strengthen your knee, but because you're also pushing sideways into it, again, very different to just a straight forward knee compression as on your lunge. Where was I? Backward, transverse, side lunge. Now you could also do a diagonal forward, again just to work different angles. Then obviously step forward into your lunge. Now we're changing legs. Other side, forward, diagonally forward, sideways, transverse, and back. Simple as that, and you're back to the other side. So a nice little exercise to work through your legs in a lot of different directions, having the forces coming in through your legs in a very different way every time. Because even though you're stepping into the same directions over time, you'll always land slightly different. Even if we're just talking millimeters here, it's always a little bit different how you step, how you end up with your body positioning, and that will have effect on how that force, how that exercise is perceived by your physical body and how it's transmitted through your physical body. So, but particularly the diagonal ones, really good actually for strengthening your knee in more sideways motions as well, rather than always just back and forth. Because often what happens, we don't do those angles, we don't train in those angles, we don't move in our daily life in those angles. And that's when we blow out knees, when we go into a training situation where all of a sudden you have to do lateral jumps. You know, the knees aren't equipped for that, or possibly there's tightness through other areas because you're always just working through those lines. There's no stability actually going this way. All of a sudden you're asking your body to go this way and it just goes whoop and goes all the way. Anyway, again, different topic. Have some fun with this, add it into your training. And in diesem Sinne, tschö und bis bald.